Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast.
Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast. I'm your host, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And that's my co-host, Neil.
I'm Neil. And who is with us rocking government houses out in the middle of fucking nowhere?
I'm Dave.
Dave, where are you remotely?
Dude, I don't want to give away my position, man.
What state are you in?
I'm in Idaho.
Idaho?
Idaho.
I secretly think you're part of the witness protection program. They just put you in the most remote place possible.
Yeah.
For an extended period of time.
Yeah.
What did you do? Yeah. Who did you flip on? What's going on?
I just took a new job, man.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
I'm still doing fire stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't say too much. I don't want all 4 listeners to track me down.
Okay. Well,
a lot of faith you got in our listeners right there.
I know, exactly. Stalkers? You think you have some stalkers?
I don't want all 4 stalkers to follow me on this choice gig I've got right now.
In the remote section of Idaho. Where there's, probably more cultists than they are normal citizens.
Yeah.
Some sort of potato cult.
I'm watching a scene right now where they're scanning Kirstie Alley. You guys start the...
Yeah, to all of our listeners, Dave has decided to watch the movie as we do the podcast today.
Yeah, he is had to move, so he's busy, and he hasn't really had a chance to watch the movie. So he's watching it, as Neil said, while we're talking about it, and he's got about 30 minutes left. So hopefully, by the time we're done, he will have seen the finale. So David, keep watching. Although we'll ask you a question today. We're doing the 1984 futuristic sci-fi movie Runaway. And this movie was a staple of cable television on WTB or TBS used to show the shit out of this movie in like the early 90s.
Wouldn't know.
TBS, man, just basic cable.
Wouldn't know.
It's not like it was on HBO, which I did see this on earlier.
Wouldn't know, Eric.
I only would have seen it on HBO if you would have videotaped it and brought it over, Eric.
You guys had TBS.
Yeah, we had TBS.
Yeah. Superstation. That's where we watch wrestling on. WCW Wrestling was on TBS.
All right, it was nice talking to everybody. Have a good night. Take care. Have a safe week.
So we're watching talking about Runaway, which is a fun movie. But before we do that, let's do what we always do. And we'll get with David, because I bet you for some reason he hasn't watched anything since he's been so busy. But I'll ask him, David, what have you watched?
I missed last week, but prior to last week, I watched every single Scream movie ready for the Scream episode. But I missed it.
Oh, really?
So.
Well, what is your opinion on Scream 2?
Kind of jog my. Oh, that's when they were in college, right?
Yeah,
and yeah, it was all right, but that kind of sets it up for every Scream after that is chaos, and you have no idea what's going on.
Which is your favorite Scream movie?
The first one.
Well, obviously. What's your second then? After that one?
Obviously, the second one.
Huh?
Nothing.
I think there was the one with well, fuck, I thought it was entertaining. Was maybe 4 was pretty entertaining.
That's the one with Emma Roberts where she's Sydney's niece, and it had Hayden Panettiere in it, and
Corey
Culkin. Yeah, right. Was it one of the Culkin kids?
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that one. That's my second favorite one as well.
Yeah. Number 4 was pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm. 5 and 6 were better than they needed to be. They were decent.
Yeah, and I haven't seen 7, but I kind of want to see it.
I hear it's terrible. I hear it's really bad, but I'll probably eventually watch it when it comes to streaming or something. So
absolutely. Yep. So other than that, I haven't watched anything until now.
All right. Neil, how about you? What did you watch this week?
Watched something with Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa, The Wrecking Crew.
That's on like Amazon, right?
Yeah, I think so. He was on Amazon. We watched that. Stupid, gave real strong Fast and the Furious vibes. And figured since we were in the depths of idiocy and enjoying it, we watched Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls.
I've only ever seen that one like maybe once. I just remember him coming out of the rhino, the fake rhino.
Dude, I laughed my ass off when that scene hit. The rest of the movie's mid, but that is pure comedic genius. That was amazing. And I think my phone was listening to me because I follow a Reddit about cringe. And it said, oh, try this movie with Jim Carrey called Rubberface. And it had a scene on there with him trying on hats and a girl and them riffing off of each other comedically. Just the 2 movies this week. A little bit of TV. Watching The Pit when it comes out. Really, really, really good. Only something seems to be getting in the way of me watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I get like 10 minutes in and something happens.
Oh, that sucks.
So eventually I'm going to sit down and get this thing watched all the way through. Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's a tiny ass town you're in there, Dave.
Yeah. It's very quiet and very peaceful.
So is the government owns that house?
Dude, I'm not saying anything.
Is there a supermarket? Is there like a city market or something there?
Yeah, there's a little one.
Yeah. Only a couple hundred people, you said.
Quiet, Neil. Eric, what have you watched?
What did I watch? Oh, okay. What did I watch?
I see what you're doing there, Neil. God damn it, I fell for it.
So I have decided to watch all 26 James Bond movies in a row. And last week I watched Dr. No, which was actually pretty good. I enjoyed Dr. No. It was a little slow by today's standards and stuff, but then this week
Ivana
Humpalot, yes. And this week I watched From Russia with Love, and it was even better than Dr. No. It was pretty good, slow in some parts, but James Bond is hunted by Spectre because he killed Dr. No, so they send this like elite assassin to come kill him, and they have an elaborate plot where this Russian operative is trying to give them some sort of a decoding thing, a lector, as they call it. And the Russian girl is super hot. There's something about those 60s ladies, man. They were very attractive. She was really cute. And then the fight on the train with the assassin was actually pretty good. It wasn't like John Wick level or anything like that, but for 1963, it was a pretty good fight. I'm enjoying the first 2. The next one is Goldfinger from like 1964. So I'm going to watch it next.
Smoking a pancake.
Gold member.
Banging a blintz.
The first 2 movies the Austin Powers movies reference the first 2 movies so much because there's Blofeld, who's like basically Dr. Evil, a guy you don't see, but he's petting a cat. And there's the number 1, and then there's number 2. Number 1 was like Kronik, who's this expert chess player, who does all the strategy, and then there's another female Russian operative who's now used to be with Smersh. Now she's with Spectre, and she reminds me of Frau Farbissen a lot. So there's a lot of references to Austin Powers. It makes me want to watch Austin Powers. Maybe we should do that for the podcast someday because it's still funny as hell, and we haven't done a comedy in a while. So we should do that. But
you know what we shouldn't do? The Wrecking Crew.
Not the Wrecking Crew. It wasn't very good, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it had fun and funny moments in it, but it was nothing I would write home about.
Well, I saw.
Oh, look at this! David packed his hospital mug. Hell yeah!
It's here.
So I was looking at some like production stills of. Excuse me. I was looking at some production stills of Highlander, and it's got Dave Bautista in it. And of course, Henry Cavill. So I'm interested to see if that's going to be any good or not. So
I'm hoping it is. And then I sent you that lovely little photo, sent you both that lovely little photograph today.
yes, of Conan, that there's supposed to be a new Predator where he comes back as Dutch, and then a new Conan supposedly in production. So Arnie, stay alive. Let's see these happen.
King Conan. Let's make this the movie it needs to be.
Yes.
Not the movie Hollywood wants it to be. Make it what it needs to be, Arnold.
So I was thinking that we do Swamp Thing next week. How does that sound? It's on Tubi.
Let's go visit Dr. Alec Holland in the swamp, man. Let's go do it.
I think that would be fun to do that. So we'll do Runaway today coming out, and then we have Swamp Thing, and how about the Avengers, the original Avengers after that one? Just trying to vary it up a little bit.
For the viewers at home, Dave and Neil are giving non-committal nods.
Or we could do Akira the last week of March and then do...
There's only so much Tetsuo and Kaneda I can hear shrieked at me.
All right, well, the Avengers.
What's that? Boom, boom, just over and over again.
I was watching something about classic anime today, and that kind of put that in my mind. So maybe eventually we'll do Akira. But how about we do the Avengers after it's the Swamp Thing? We'll do a little
Swamp Thing in the Avengers. All right.
Very cool. All right. So today we're going to talk about Runaway from 1984. It is a little slice of futuristic science fiction by Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton wrote it and directed it.
This movie made me say something I never thought I would say in my entire life.
Really?
Yes. Gene Simmons wasn't that bad in it.
He was pretty good.
He was pretty good at it. It led to his forte, which was kind of lowering and looking down at you a little bit, and being very brooding and trying to look a little scary, not being too like weird. He did,
and he delivered his lines pretty good. He had a little bit of charisma. Oh, charisma is one of my favorite Kiss songs. Charisma. Oh man, I need to do a countdown of my favorite Kiss songs at the end of this.
No, you don't. No, you don't. We're not talking about kids. No one's gonna miss it. You know what? In the top 10 things that the four people that listen to the podcast want to hear about, your top 10 of Kiss songs is pretty much near the top. I would guarantee it. And if anybody emails and contradicts me, go fuck yourself.
I can name them right off my head right now. Maybe at the end, if we're short on time and we're desperate, I will throw in my top 10.
I will fill the shit out of this with just random things. I got a lot to say. Let's go.
Do you want to hit us with the Internet Movie Database tagline?
In the near future, a police officer specializes in malfunctioning robots. When a robot turns out to have been programmed to kill, he begins to uncover a homicidal plot to create killer robots, and his son becomes a target.
Oh my God. His son was in Flight of the Navigator? Was that? Yeah.
Flight of the Navigator.
Mm-hmm.
His little whiny ass got to zip around with the Pee Wee Herman spaceship.
Yeah. I remember that movie. So released December 14th of 1984, runtime 99 minutes, pretty brisk. I think a 99-minute movie is a perfect movie for basic cable because they can add, 20 minutes of commercials and you got 2 hours perfectly. So that's one of those reasons why it was on all the time. And it was a PG-13 movie with nudity.
Yeah.
Like this long. It was like this long.
Yeah. That was
boom, boom, done.
That was a novelty. Now you don't really see nudity in any PG-13 movies, but back in the 80s, you were guaranteed at least one boob shot in a certified PG-13 movie.
I remember this boob shot because my mom took me to see this movie.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, I've told you that there are certain actors that my mom was willing to go to the movies for, and Tom Selleck was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to go see this, and I mean, for 1984, I was sitting there, I'm like, oh man, this technology is out of hand. These guys, they have laser guns, and they've got bugs that are like this big, and robots are running the show, and that's going to be so cool. And then all of a sudden, it was like, whoa, look at that. And then in a speed slightly less than the speed of light that it took from the projected boobs to have their like waves, their light waves hit my retina and translate into the boob center of my little 12-year-old brain. My mom's hand, boom, right across my eyes. And when it's your mom, you don't dare flinch to look around the hand.
Yeah. That was always my dad's ploy. He would take us to see the gnarliest R-rated movies, and we could see decapitations. We could see people getting stabbed and murdered in elaborate ways, but not any flash of boob. His hand was over our eyes. And of course, as a boy, I was like, trying to peek between his fingers and stuff like that, so I could see more.
Trying to juke a little bit,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And he would just laugh, and while I was trying to move my head to see more, see some more.
Dad, I got stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly.
My dad used to just say, "This is make believe." God damn it! Every time something like that would come up.
Those boobies ain't make believe. That's funny.
She'd be like, "But Dad," and hush.
So, David, have you seen this movie before?
No, never even heard of it.
Never even heard of it. Huh?
This is a movie that deserves a remake.
Man, that's exactly what I was thinking, Neil.
This is a movie that deserves a remake. The story wasn't so bad. It's got a decent story. I mean, it's held back by the special effects of the time. Everyone looks like a defunct battle bot from that series I used to have on Sci-Fi Channel when I was old enough to afford cable on my own because I didn't have it as a child growing up, Eric. But we're doing stuff like Megan 2.0 when we could have something way cooler. iRobot, Will Smith, fuck you, Will Smith. Megan 2.0. I will say I saw a trailer for it and it looks stupid as shit, but I do kind of want to see Megan 2.0 now.
I watched it.
I hear it is really, really, really bad.
I hear it is really bad, but that's also kind of what I'm, kind of the vibe that I might be looking for. I want frozen pizza movies.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
How, like, bad or just bad?
Bad.
I might need to watch it.
I'm hearing that The Bride is not very good either.
Which is depressing because it looks like it could be so good. It looks like The Bride of Frankenstein meets Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, I hear there's some good parts about it, but I think it may be, from what I've heard, the biggest, and I have not seen it, so I cannot vouch for this, that it beats you over the head with its feminist message.
Mm.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm all fine. I'm all for feminism. It's not dogging that at all. But maybe it insists upon its.
Still really want to go see it.
Yeah, that's the one I'll probably wait till for streaming for. But yeah,
just been so busy, haven't made it out to the theaters, and we went once, and it's just been tough to go back. I'm looking forward to the summer.
I'm seeing Raiders of the Lost Ark on the big screen on Wednesday on the throwback movie.
We purchased when it came out Dogma, so we're kind of saving that for the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Oh, loving me some Kevin Smith movies.
Very cool. So Michael Crichton is a very influential author, and this guy was like the master of tons of stuff. He was a surgeon, a writer, and he was into computers and, film director. He started writing novels while he was in med school under pseudonyms. Started writing screenplays in 1969. And then he's responsible, 69, bro. He was responsible for Westworld. Was one of his first movies. Then he did Coma, which was one of those movies that scared me as a kid, but I've never, ever never seen it.
So I've seen pieces of it, but what I found more terrifying was my mom had the paperback, and the cover for the paperback was frightening to me. It was just like this person suspended by these single strings, and you're just thinking like, that's got to hurt.
I think my parents had the exact same copy of that in our bookcase. One thing I miss is, and it wasn't an adaptation, but they used to make novels or book adaptations of movies, and they would like expand upon the movie and everything. Like the Halloween movies, there was especially I think Halloween 2, you could buy the book and it was based on the movie, but it would be really more really fleshed out. And there was a lot of other, like the Funhouse by the Tobe Hooper movie was also supposed to be a really good novel that was kind of based on the movie, but kind of fleshed out. So those were a big thing. I remember having a lot of those in our bookcase. We had the Amityville Horror in our bookcase that scared the shit out of me. We had Carrie that also scared me as a kid, because it was the one with Carrie's face and her eyes were like bleeding and there was like fire behind her that scared us as kids. But Neil, yes, the Coma book was was kind of scary as a kid when your parents had it in their in the bookcase.
Yeah, that thing freaked me out.
So he wrote the Andromeda Strain in 1969, which I remember watching as a kid and thinking it was freaking boring. But I bet if I watched it now, it'd probably be pretty good. But it was probably too heady for a kid when I watched it, because it was just people in suits and lots of people dying and stuff like that. But it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. But he did The Great Train Robbery, Eaters of the Dead, Congo, which got turned into a movie later, Sphere, Jurassic Park, Rising Sun, Disclosure. So he did quite a lot of movies, or a lot of novels. Then he directed a movie he did Westworld, Coma, Grand Train Robbery, and this movie called Looker. Do you remember Looker, Neil? Have you ever seen that one?
No, don't remember that at all.
Oh my God, my sister and I watched that all the time on HBO. Yeah, it came out in 81. So yeah. Michael Crichton died, I think 2008-ish, around there, of cancer. It's sad. So many people have died of cancer. When I was doing research on the podcast, like Jerry Goldsmith, who did the music for this movie and tons of other great movies, he died of cancer. Yep, Neil posted the picture of the book, and it's true. It's just a naked guy. You see his butt and his arms and stuff, but he's suspended by these wires. And that was pretty freaky. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. He has done so many movies. The Omen franchise, the the Ava Satani, chorus, the really scary stuff. The Star Trek franchise, Rambo franchise, Logan's Run, Planet of the Apes, Basic Instinct, LA Confidential, The Mummy, Jurassic Park, The Lost World. He did a shitload of really good movies and TV shows, and sadly died in 2004 of cancer. So, fuck cancer. But he did a lot of good stuff.
I have that exact same sentiment towards cancer. Yes, yep. Thank you for expressing that.
So the movie wasn't a big hit. It only made $6.7 or $6.8 million on an $8 million budget. And this was supposed to be the movie that launched Tom Selleck into movies, and it did not. And I remember Tom Selleck was in like The High Road to China, which was I think my grandma liked that movie. My grandma was also a fan of Tom Selleck.
We went and watched The High Road to China in the theaters as well, just because it was Tom Selleck. Mm-hmm. He had way more success on TV movies.
Yeah.
Didn't he do like The Sackets? Wasn't it The Sackets was a big one?
Yeah, yeah. And of course he's on that movie or the TV show Blue Bloods, what apparently old people just love.
Yeah.
Love them Blue Bloods. That and Yellowstone. Apparently old people really love Yellowstone as well.
Dude, before my dad passed, that's all he did was bother me. Like, have you watched Yellowstone? You're going to love it. You need to tune into it. You're going to love that Yellowstone.
So, yeah, Big Break was in Magnum P.I. He was originally cast as Indiana Jones in, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but he got Magnum P.I. right before that, so he decided to do Magnum P.I. and lost out. I think Harrison Ford is a better Indiana Jones. Anyway. So I never have ever watched a single episode of Magnum P.I.
Get the fuck out.
I remember the intro The intro song was fucking cool. Him and his red Ferrari and his friend who's the helicopter pilot and all that kind of stuff like that. But I'd always turn it off after
TC,
the.
his buddy TC. Higgins is always giving him shit about living in the guest house and being able to drive the car. No, nothing.
Nope, nothing.
It's like I don't know you.
He was in Quigley Down Under. That was another one that I remember my
Mom
grandma
loved that,
watching.
and that's a good freaking movie though. Quigley Down Under. Dave, you nodded. You've seen it.
Yep.
Who was it? Was Alan Rickman the bad guy in that one? No, it wasn't Alan Rickman.
I will find out.
Find out.
No, Alan Rickman was a bad guy.
Oh, so he was. Yeah, he was the bad
Oh,
guy.
you beat me to it.
I'm sorry,
Fuck.
David. Sorry.
At the end, when he plugs him, and he basically says, "I thought you didn't use pistol." I said I didn't like him. I never said I couldn't use them. I'm like, it's pretty good. He's in Australia, and they hire him to basically because he's this like super great shot with this long rifle. It's got like specialized bullets, and they hire him to help ice Aboriginals, the people there. And he's like, no, that's not right. So they decide to beat him up, and he gets his rifle back, and he basically starts shooting everybody from a distance and killing all the bad guys. Not a bad movie.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, and you were right. He was in the Sackets, based on two of Louis L'Amour's books. What was it with Louis L'Amour books that every grandfather or dad was just in love with Louis L'Amour books?
Well, they were short, and they were decent, like quick little stories. And it was all about being a big tough guy out in America, and you're a cowboy. Mm-hmm. I read so many of those on boring afternoons at my grandparents' house. I read so many Louis L'Amour books.
Yeah, my grandfather used to go to the flea market, the one that was in between Aztec and Farmington, and he would buy him some paperbacks. He would just get a big old box full of paperbacks, and we're all welcome to read them. And I was reading some raunchy stuff like the Eric von Lustbader ninja books with all the super explicit sex scenes in those, and in horror.
He put the lust in Lustbader. That guy did.
And he would buy. There was Stephen King books. There was Peter Straub, Dean Koontz, and there was a lot of Louis L'Amour. But also there was just tons of cheesy horror paperbacks, which I still collect if I can find them. I'll grab them. But there's some really cool. Just getting a big old box of books, and my grandpa would just mow through those Louis L'Amour books.
They were always around the house. And then because my mom would also read them too. And then she got hooked into like the Harlequin romances, and writer Jude Devereaux, I think. Don't quote me. We're bringing back some memories, man. We start talking about Tom Selleck and Tom Selleck movies, man. It's just 100% my mom.
Yeah, totally. My grandma loved her some Tom Selleck. She thought he was handsome. My little tiny 4'8" Hispanic grandma. Oh, he's so handsome. She would say.
It's time to watch my shows. Leave grandma alone.
She would watch. She liked David Hasselhoff as well. So she would enjoy Knight Rider if I was watching Knight Rider because she thought David Hasselhoff was handsome. She liked Robert Palmer, the musician, because he dressed very nice in suits and stuff like that, So she enjoyed herself some Robert Palmer, and she loved her some Tom Selleck. But yeah, getting paperback and just getting books and going to the used bookstore. There was that one that was off of like Broadway, maybe. It was just like in a cinder block.
Is that cinder block building? Dude, that place was my jam.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, I had such a credit there, like taking in stuff and I'm just pulling books. You and I went there many times to grab books.
Every once in a while, somebody would have traded in like a graphic novel or a D&D book or something really cool, and you would just get it. I used to get all the books. I want a complete collection of the Time Life, the mysteries of the unknown books that were like, they had UFOs and Aleister Crowley and all that kind of stuff like that. They used to, every once in a while you'd find one of those there. And I still need to find a set on eBay or something.
That's where I found the Assassin's Handbook from Remo Williams. From the Remo Williams, yeah. I've got the Assassin's Handbook there. I got the first 100 of the Destroyer novels there that I read.
Yeah. We used to have a couple of good bookstores, used bookstores here, but they closed down. There's a couple up on North Academy I'll have to check out and see, because I love going to used bookstores. It's one of my favorite things.
I feel lucky that we still have bookstores.
Yeah. Well, what is weird is, and we're way off topic, but all the smut that the women read now has really helped Barnes and Noble. They're actually opening new Barnes and Nobles, and it's all based on fairies screwing and getting humped by Bigfoot and all kinds of stuff like that. All that stuff is just women are reading smut, and that's driving the economy of book sales. The stuff that the ladies read at work is ridiculous.
Well, I don't read any of that, but I have been to a few Barnes and Nobles because some authors I like have done some book signings.
Mm-hmm. It would be
like not doing a book podcast because I've been reading a lot.
Uh-huh. The funny thing would be, so the ladies at work are reading this hardcore.
I'm sorry, Joe, Eric. We started talking about reading. I don't know if you've noticed how upset Dave is looking about how hard this must be for him. Okay, maybe we should change the subject because we're leaving Dave out.
Yeah,
because we're talking about the written word. Okay, have you looked at anything maybe that has like some pictures or like big type that Dave might have seen? Look at him. He's upset. He's so upset.
I think I still have a copy of the Big Very Hungry Caterpillar that we can send to.
Sweet.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Mush.
Mm-hmm.
We just left Dave out of it. Dave, I'm sorry that we did. My bad, dude.
It's okay.
My bad.
Right. Well, we were off. So Runaway was not a big success because it opened during the same year as Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, and The Terminator. So which was the better, more impactful futuristic movie of that year? The Terminator. The Terminator was. And while this movie is very entertaining, I think that it has more of like a realistic, not really shooting the moon with the futurism, because there's a lot of shit is in this movie that did come true, like the drones helping out police work. Man, that is like the biggest wave in police work right now is drones.
I remember watching that drone drop from the ceiling in the movie. Mm-hmm. When we get there, but just remember seeing that and thinking to myself, like, man, I bet that's got to be so expensive. That'd be cool to have something like that, but you can never afford it. I bought one for like $15 at Ace Hardware. I was picking up some poison for the weeds. There it was.
Yeah, they're just everywhere now. And cameras are everywhere, and the little kid has like something that looks almost like an iPad. He's like underneath his covers, and he's watching this little tablet TV thing, and it's just like shit. That's like he's like an iPad kid before there was iPad kids.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff, he was very good at predicting reasonably realistic, I guess would be the term to use for the movie.
Can we just comment on the brutal death of that caterpillar? Holy shit, did that caterpillar not go gently into that good night? I'm sure we have some caterpillar activists out there that saw that and were a little bit upset.
Yeah, I saw that. I go, oh man, that's pretty rough. Poor caterpillar.
Okay, so we have the same basic robot design, which was a cube. Mm-hmm. So we had the house cube, which was like a Roomba and Alexa all put together.
Yeah.
Then we had the office cube. I'm not even sure what the office cube was supposed to do and how it got the ability to like zap electricity. That one was really trippy.
Yeah.
They got what do we have? We got the farming robots.
Yep.
And I think it's really neat now because we had like road drones that were like zooming in on them.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah, and then the cop cars all of a sudden got little mini lasers mounted on them. They look like they're driving. Oh, well, I did this and okay, cool. That's interesting. All of a sudden, the camera on here, I gestured with my thumb and it decided to give us a thumbs up emoji over everything we're doing.
Yeah.
Do it, David. See what it does. Do it. Nothing. It didn't come up with anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. David has rapidly made a circle with his left hand and rapidly inserted the forefinger of his other hand into it to see what it would come up with. Good job. Let's see. Oh, I got another thumbs up.
Yeah.
What other? Oh, and then okay. So the little murder spider bots, weakest part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the robots, those sucked. I don't know if you remember. You were probably a little bit too young, David. But do you remember you could get the little robots that you could put together, and one would look like a spider. One would
Zoids.
The Zoids, and you'd wind them up. And you could put a dude in it, and they would start walking. They reminded me of
my God.
They reminded me of weak ass Zoids.
I loved Zoids. Holy
I
shit!
did too.
I love those. Oh my God, those are the best toys ever.
They were kind of
expensive.
Zoid.
Yeah, I had a Spider Zoid, and I had like a little, like a dinosaur. It was like a little T-Rex or something like that. Zoid toys,
dude,
in the 80s.
A total picture of the Spider Zoid. Loving it. We're bringing it in. Where should we place this so everyone can enjoy it? It's going right before the critical consensus. Boom. Look at that Spider Zoid. Hell yes.
Yes. My God.
Oh, that was such a great toy.
But that totally reminded me of the Zoids too. And they had the little needles that would inject you with acid and apparently spray you in the face with acid, which didn't hurt. Dr. Sergeant Jack Ramsey at all. He just kind of discolored his face a little bit at the end of the movie.
Well, he spent years, getting used to iocane powder. So that was not a big deal for him.
So Tom Selleck is our Sergeant Jack Ramsey. Cynthia Rhodes is his new partner, Officer Karen Thompson. Cynthia Rhodes, pretty hot. She was in Flashdance, and she was in this movie. She was in Dirty Dancing as the dancer that got knocked up and caused the whole controversy, whoever getting the back alley abortion and baby getting in trouble and stuff. Why do I know
nobody puts baby in a corner?
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Dirty Dancing. So Gene Simmons making his acting debut is Dr. Charles Luther, a brilliant but psychotic robotics engineer. Kirstie Alley is in the movie. She's really hamming it up. Kirstie Alley, she's always yelling. And Stan Shaw is the African-American kind of partner to Jack Ramsey. He was in a ton of movies. And I just remember him in a shitload of movies as a kid. He was in Rocky. He was in Bingo Long and Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings with Billy D. Williams. He was in tons of movies, lots of TV. Starsky and Hutch, The Boys in Company C. The Great Santini. I remember him in that. He was Toomer in The Great Santini. He was in tons of stuff. He's just a memorable guy. He was in Hill Street Blues. Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff. Good stuff. He was a good actor. I remember him. Whatever he was in is like, hey, that's that guy. And I can never remember his name, but it was Stan Shaw. And the guy who's the police chief was also the police. He was in Police Academy.
Police Academy, yeah, it's the only thing I could think of. The guy could have won an Oscar for something, or gotten like some, actor awards, but he's always going to be the dude from Police Academy. always.
Yeah. You want to hit us with a critical consensus?
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 46%. That's based on 24 critics, and it received mixed reviews. And our good old friend Janet Maslin had some things to say about it, and we all know that she's with the good old NYT. Mr. Crichton has a much better feel for the gadgets than its human players. No. All right. Kevin Thomas of the Los Angeles Times called it assured, thoroughly cinematic filmmaking, its flourish of ingenious gadgetry, not overwhelming its human dimension. So he and Janet could have a lot to talk about. Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune thought the movie began excitingly, but descended into a routine chase thriller with robots, Gene, in which Selleck was a poor lead. He's too nice, too familiar to be a big star in the movies.
Damn, Gene. That was mean.
Yeah. At the movies gave Runaway 2 thumbs down. Roger Ebert thought that Selleck and Simmons gave good performances, but the film quickly became mired in cliches, while Gene Siskel thought the core premise was intriguing, but the film was poorly executed. John Nubbin.
Nubbin.
I wonder if he ever feels worn down. Review. Get it? No, fuck off.
Yes,
Reviewed as long as we keep getting films like Runaway, there will still be hope for the science fiction and fantasy genres as a whole in film. And not just their pretenders. Different Worlds magazine stated that Neil Gaiman reviewed Runaway for Imagine magazine and stated that the race to outwit the cybernetic psycho is gripping stuff, mostly with a terrifying showdown atop an unfinished skyscraper. And as the hero cop with no head for heights, Selleck is fine. In between, he spends too much time just being a heartthrob to 4'8" Hispanic grandmothers.
Heck yeah, that's all he needed to be.
Ay, mijo de big güero, he's so guapo.
He's muy guapo, yes.
Muy grande güero, es muy guapo. Kirstie Alley earned a 1984 Saturn Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for her performance.
Really?
Yes, I thought the exact same thing when I read that. Dude, she was way better in Star Trek.
Oh my God, are you reading my brain? I was getting ready to say that.
It's our mind, your thoughts to my
our
thoughts.
mind meld, yes. Lieutenant Savick in Wrath of Khan. Did I tell you I watched Wrath of Khan just recently, and it just fucking blew me away.
It's so good.
It is so fucking good.
It is really good.
It is so good. It is just like the perfect, like, nautical battle movie, you know? It's just, even though it's in space, it's just perfect.
He has a tendency to think in 2 dimensions.
Yes.
And so Kirk is like, well, I'm a 3-dimensional kind of fella myself.
Yes,
let me just swing my ship around on the Z-axis and see what old Khan has to say about that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Although that movie did terrify me about having shit crawl into my ear.
Yes. The little City Alpha 6 bugs.
This is not the City Alpha 5.
They put things in our bodies. Yes.
Oh, Chekhov.
Vessels.
Where do you keep the nuclear vessels?
So in the future, and it's not really a named year, but they never say specifically, but there is a special unit in LAPD that hunts down these robots that run amok.
You know what LAPD and I have in common?
What?
I have a special unit too.
You have a special unit? Thanks. Hold on. There you go.
We're all gonna, I'm aging, waiting for the drum.
Sorry, that was very
aging, waiting for this, man.
Yeah, it is kind of cool though, because did
you see how the rest of my mustache went gray waiting for that?
That was I hit it twice and it only went once. Yeah, I
didn't even hear it. Did you hear it, Dave? I feel ripped off. Oh, hit it again if you feel like it, but it wasn't there.
There you go. Yep. Nope. You didn't hear it?
Nope. What there? Nope, wasn't there.
Oh, interesting.
You, sir, have let me down a lot, like my parents' inability to get basic cable when I was a kid living in New Mexico.
To watch Runaway.
No, to watch Runaway. I had to go to the movie theater like a bitch to see this movie. All right, let's go.
It predicts a lot of stuff. Like you said, it was like the Roomba, that little house, the robot, and it's kind of like a smart house at the same time. Tom Selleck programs his robot to do all this stuff to make spaghetti and other things, and basically parent his child while he's gone,
and to make him hot dogs.
Yes, I wonder if he had like a fleshlight attachment to the robot.
Yeah, what? A fleshlight? You said
a fleshlight attachment to his robot.
Promise you will not tell the vacuum about this.
Yeah. He gets his new partner. They go and stop the field robots that are running amok. And yeah, like you said, they look like battle bots. And Neil, you made the exact point that I wanted to make, that this movie is primed for a remake. With more sophisticated robots in the house and with all the cameras we have going everywhere and all the smart
and we love to do that. We love to do the AI run amok stuff right now.
Yeah, and this movie would be a perfect vessel to expound upon. This would be a perfect remake. Because you nailed it on the head when it said the limitations of the movie are the robots, because they're so 80s like. They're not. I
loved when they're showing those diagrams, which are basically just 3D contour drawings of the robots, and they're staring at it like there's a deep secret to be found in that picture somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just rotating on there. Like, look, computer stuff. Like, that's got to be something. Why are the wheels white, but the body of the robot blue in the picture? Loved it.
Well, the things go amok when they go to the robot that is basically killing people with its little tiny claw hand, and grabbed a gun and is shooting people. And
that was pretty sick, though. It's just got one little bent arm like this, and he's just offing dudes. Just 1, 2, 3. It's so awesome.
Firing indiscriminately.
Yeah, that robot. Come on, man. You got lasers and sensors. You should be able to aim. That robot couldn't aim for shit.
Yeah, exactly. And he had like a little laser. He had the cool little mesh kind of electrostatic chainmail suit and a little a laser gun that was supposedly disrupt the robot. But he was too busy crawling around, and he finally got it, saved the baby. But they find out that there's a secret chip on the motherboard of that robot that's making it run amok. And they find it because Dr. Charles Luther, our brilliant robotics designer played by Gene Simmons, is responsible for that. And he's, selling this technology to other people. And, he's often his people, he's killing people who are his partners and those little robot things. I did like the fact when you're talking about the little, he sets up his, sort of partner, doesn't give him the money, then he has him killed by those robots. But the way he caught on fire, that was a pretty good stunt, where the robot's on his chest and then injects him in the end, and then he catches on fire. That was actually a pretty good stunt. The one I really dug is, okay, we're going to skip forward a little bit, when the death tarantula comes down and jumps on the woman, and she falls like that thing weighs 500 pounds. And then she takes the acid needle right to the neck. And when that thing blows up, the dude going unconscious with his legs on fire, super satisfying.
The one in the bathroom?
The one in the bathroom, man. Yeah.
He flies over by the urinals and lands on the ground. He's on fire. Yeah.
Nobody hears it. Everyone's like, is there pork? Who's cooking? Anybody in the microwave? What's everybody got going on?
Yeah.
Oh God! In the remake, when we write the remake and we get this done, can we make like, hey, does baby smell pork? Is someone cooking barbecue? It would just be the policeman on fire.
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right there. That is an Oscar-worthy line.
So hold on. So you guys been talking about the remake this whole time? Just so I Googled to see if there was one in the works, and it says while there's no officially widely announced theatrical remake of the '84 Tom Selleck movie, the original is often cited by audience as a strong candidate for a modern reboot to update its robotic concepts. Fans on Reddit suggest the remake should maintain the original's grounded, realistic approach to technology.
Everything we've been talking about.
So you two nerds are not the only ones.
Yeah. Well, when I saw this,
but we're the only ones on the internet spitting it out for 4 other people to listen to.
Exactly.
So,
it's our idea now, damn it. It's officially our idea.
That's right.
As a kid, what was the most memorable part of this movie besides the PG-13 boobs?
Oh, Gene Simmons.
Yeah, Gene Simmons and his gun that had the little heat-seeking bullets on it.
Leaving his fingerprints? Okay, here, this is me.
Yeah,
everybody when we watch it, we're talking about, because I was not allowed to listen to Kiss because that was Knights in Satan's Service.
Yes.
So this was not something we listened to in a good Christian household. And I remember watching it and looking at him. I'm like, yeah, he looks like a pretty evil dude. I bet you, there is some stuff going on with those guys. And they just found out they were a bunch of half-talent horn dogs.
Yeah. Especially Gene Simmons when it comes to like Christine 16. He's like, when I saw you walking out of school that day, I knew I had to have you here. Like, Christine, 16. It's
no wonder he's getting honored at the White House right now.
Statutory rock all-stars. There's another one called Domino that's off the Revenge album, which is a later one. It's actually probably one of the better Gene Simmons sung songs. Gene Simmons, I'm going to go to Kiss tangent, did sing some pretty good songs for Kiss, God of Thunder, Love It Loud, Charisma, he did some good stuff. Paul got the credit for singing most of the songs, but Gene could do some,
Sorry, it's the crickets outside my window here.
So the bullet that traveled and it hit people, that was fucking amazing. And as a kid seeing this, when she got the bullet stuck in her arm and Tom Selleck's character has to pull it out of her arm and then he throws it and it explodes. That was pretty cool. And just when we're both talking about, when all three of us are talking about this movie, it is not a bad movie when you think about it. It's pretty good. Pretty good flick.
Yeah, a decent movie.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, and I think this is one of the things we've talked about with this, is this just brought back some cool memories of hanging out in the movie theater with my mom. Because my mom bought way more stuff than my dad bought at the movies. And my mom thoroughly enjoyed this, not quite understanding the reasons why she thoroughly enjoyed it at the time, just knowing that she talked about him a lot. But it was good damn fun. My mom took me to a lot of really great movies as a kid.
Yeah.
Trying to well, we went and saw this.
You said the thing. Yeah.
The thing was a great one. I think with my dad, I only have really disturbing memories of movies. Like mom and dad both took me to go see Star Wars. That was great. But they didn't have booster seats, so I had to keep the seat flipped up.
Yeah.
And try to balance on that. But From Dusk to Dawn, my dad wanted to go see From Dusk Till Dawn, and Salma Hayek is doing her sex dance right before Quentin Tarantino starts sucking on the toes. And my dad, my very conservative, very religious father, leans over to me and goes, "Look at those thighs." haunts me to this day. My mom was a lot more subtle about it. My mom was not like, never did that. But she went, she watched, she enjoyed, she filed it away to do whatever mom thinks she was going to do with it. But my dad straight up, "Look at them thighs."
Yeah,
I was, but thanks for sharing it. This was not a moment I wanted to have with you at the same time.
Yeah. Some of the fondest memories I have as a kid with my dad was going to the movies and renting movies and watching movies. But going to the movies was some of the greatest times ever. Going to see Godzilla movies on a matinee at the Tota Theater, seeing all sorts of shitty, horror movies that we had no right to see as little kids, as like 9 and 10-year-olds going to see Friday the 13th and Deadly Blessing and Funhouse and, just all sorts of movies that scared the shit out of us, as kids. But my dad's like, "I'm going to the movies. You're going to movies with me." We all wanted to see horror movies. So we did. And I remember the last movie that I ever saw with my dad is I took him to see Terminator 2. I had seen it already with friends and I knew that he would like it. And I remember taking him to see it and he really enjoyed it. And that was like the last movie that I ever saw with him as a kid. And I was like 18. So, it was one of the last times we ever went to the movies together, but we watched movies together, at his house and stuff afterwards. But that was the last in theater experience I remember.
This question's got to happen. What's your fondest movie memory with your dad, Dave?
Well, that's funny because literally Terminator 2 is the last movie I've ever watched with my dad. That was,
that's coincidence. What a coincidence.
At the drive-in movie theater. And he sat up front by himself and drank beer. My brother and I sat in the back seat trying to peek over to watch the movie. And he had the speaker by himself, by his window down, and he's watched the movie. And we're like, "What's happening?" He's like, "Just watch the movie." And
we can't hear it.
Yes, we like, can't hear it. Can we, Dad? Can we go to concession? And he gave us a couple bucks, and it's like, fuck, this is supposed to be our big movie, and we're like sitting in the back seat trying to
I can't see.
I was gonna say, I can remember all 4 movies that I've seen in the theater with my parents.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
This is going to be way better than any of Eric's top 10 lists, man. Just go for it.
I'm dying to hear it, David.
I saw with my mom, I saw E.T. and Back to the Future.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Same.
That's it. And then with my dad, it was Fantasia and Terminator 2.
Fantasia? That's weird.
E.T. was the best movie to see with your mom because I cried like a bitch when I was a kid watching E.T. go. I was super upset by that.
Oh, yeah.
And your dad took you to Fantasia. Your dad doesn't strike me as a Fantasia kind of guy.
Well,
Granted, I've only met your dad a handful of times.
Well, maybe my mom took me to Fantasia, but maybe that was it. But I vaguely remember he was sitting next to me. But yeah, the last movie I ever saw with my dad was Terminator 2, and whenever that
Sneaking a
came out.
silver bullet into Fantasia. Oh, going back to the drive-in, that was one of the coolest times with your parents. Is that they would.
Can we just say this when you say silver bullet for anybody who might be listening who is not in America, that is slang for a Coors Light.
Yeah, the silver bullet. Sorry.
Yeah. And it's a light beer, and it's actually quite healthy because light beer is almost close to being a salad. So it doesn't count.
Yeah, it's very,
so
very
it's pretty much a salad. Yeah.
But that was always the best to go to see a movie at the drive-in. And I remember the only time that my dad and my mom together went to it was we watched something at the 4th of July, and they showed like Snoopy Come Home or some Snoopy Charlie Brown.
Speaking of movies that fucked you up as a kid.
Oh my God. Snoopy Come Home was that movie was fucked up a generation of kids. For people who don't know, there's this part where like Snoopy had an original owner, and the little girl is in the hospital, so she sends a letter to Snoopy that she wants him to come live with her. So he decides,
girl with the curly hair.
Yeah, Snoopy decides that he's going to leave Charlie Brown and go back to his original owner girl because she's sick. And they throw this party, like a going away party for Snoopy, and all the kids are there, and all the kids are fucking crying. You know, and it's like a wake for Snoopy. And I remember my sister and I were fucking bawling. Oh my God. And we were bawling so much. My mom was like, do you want me to turn this off? Do you want me to turn the channel?
That's almost as good as when our parents like, you're crying now. You want me to give you something to cry about? Well, you already hit me. That's why I'm crying. Hitting me more will make me cry more. This is just logically how this is going to work.
Yeah. Yes. Parents, the movies, but sleeping bags in the back seat of the pickup.
Oh, at the drive-in, dude.
At the drive-in, the bed facing the screen with the little speaker there. Popcorn and hot dogs and
popcorn, but you do it at home, and it's in a trash bag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the way to go, dude. Those drive-in movies were so fantastic because that was the first time I saw like Ultraman and Godzilla, and we would watch samurai movies. It's why I love samurai movies to this day. Ultraman's dumb as shit, but I will watch any Ultraman that comes on because all this,
yes,
like thanks mom, like mom got me totally, yeah, whatever, one of those got me interested in that. These were great. Thanks. You know what? Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we saw the game Bruce Lee's The Game of Death at the Apache Twin Drive-In, and it was fucking awesome. But at the drive-in on the other side of the Apache Twin, they were showing some sort of racy sex comedy.
And you could sometimes peek. Yes, you could sometimes peek over and see the good stuff as a kid.
Yeah, and see the boobies. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But
we went big time a couple of times when I was a kid. We had oh my God, those big land yachts. They don't even make them anymore. Why can't I think of the name?
Gran Torino or something like that, or like LTD.
No, it's the ones is like the Griswold's Drive, where it's oh God,
family truckster station wagon.
A station wagon. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. All I could think of was minivan, but like we didn't have minivans. Is that we would take that. And then we would have to sit in the back, and they'd pull that around until my dad figured out that the truck would be way better. And of course, being the 70s, you rode in the back of the truck the way there, and you rode in the back of the truck the way back. And if you were lucky enough, they put those shitty plastic lawn chairs that were basically just metal frames with the plastic zigzag across it, and you get to sit in that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you, Tom Selleck, for bringing up these wonderful family memories.
If you have not seen Runaway, I recommend it. It's a nice slice of 80s sci-fi. It's got some good parts. I think it's like Neil had mentioned earlier. It definitely deserves a remake. It is a lot of fun, and it's got some fun ideas and some memorable moments. Gene Simmons is not bad, like we said, which is
not
surprisingly good. So, yeah, I'd say check it out.
Check it. It is worth watching. Okay, so I know we have some listeners overseas. I'm looking at you, Scotland. Are there drive-in movie theaters outside the continental U.S.? I don't know. Is this just a uniquely American thing, like bombing other countries? Like, yeah, I threw a little political thing in there.
Going after the natural resources of other countries.
Yes. Yeah, we've already destroyed this particular program, but we're going back in to redestroy it.
It was
because
obliterated, but not
obliterated. But we need to distract from the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And also we need to do something for the midterms. I'm curious if those actually are a thing. I know we got a lot more like land space here to put shit like that, but I'm really curious.
So next week we're doing the
got the TB coming up on there longer, living out there in the wilderness. I think Dave just peed a little bit. Look at his face. He's so bright red.
Oh my God.
Joe may have tinkled right there.
Yeah, David's coughing off. At least he hit his mute button, so that's good. Next week we're doing the Wes Craven directed movie, DC comic hero, The Swamp Thing.
Oddly enough, a movie I went to with my mom.
Yep, I saw this with my dad. So we are going to enjoy this one because I'm a huge Swamp Thing comic fan. So it's going to get nerdy next week.
And I hate to tell you, DC, it is Alex Holland. I don't care what you say. That was Alex Holland.
All right. Thanks, everybody. If you want to send us an email, we'll read it on the air. rvspodcast222@gmail.com. We are on the Facebook and we're on the Instagram. If you want to donate, go to buymeacoffee.com and donate to the cause. Shout out to Sisters Who've Seen It, who did their last episode.
Oh, pour one out for the sisters, man.
Yes. They started almost exactly the same time we started. They were kind of like our kind of, our sister podcast in a way. They were on here and we were on their show early in the during the early podcast days. So
we may have been what destroyed it, and I'm so sorry for that. And all I wanted to do was go on your show and talk about how much I love Conan. So I apologize if I was in any way, shape, or form responsible. But as we all know, it was probably more Eric's fault than mine.
Probably. So yeah. But anyway, David, have anything to say?
No, this is a good movie.
All right.
Gave such rapt attention. He's reading the credits right now as they're rolling.
The eloquent wordsmith, David. Neil.
David, movie good. David say watch. It wasn't as good as I remembered it, but it was still a pretty okay movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely throw it in. Definitely give this one a go. And it brought up so many fun things on Tubi afterwards. God bless you, Tubi. Unless you're an atheist, and then reason bless you, Tubi.
All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Video Store Podcast.